not snow but a gift from above, food from Jehovah, a sign of his love. Manna from heaven, falling each day, bread for his people, strength on the way, sweet like honey, light as the dew. Jehovah provides, his promise comes true. In the desert, the people cried. We had food in Egypt where we survived. But God said, I'll send you bread from the sky, enough for each heart, enough for each life. Manna from heaven, falling each day, bread for his people, strength on the way, sweet like honey, light as the dew. Jehovah provides, his promise comes true. Don't store it away, for worms will appear. But on the sixth day, gather double with cheer. For on the seventh, the manna won't fall, yet the food will stay pure. Jehovah feeds all. Manna from heaven, falling each day, bread for his people, strength on the way, sweet like honey, light as the dew. Jehovah provides, his promise comes true. Jehovah provides, his promise comes true. 40 years in the wilderness land, fed by the bread from Jehovah's hand. Manna each morning, a miracle shown. God cared for his people, his love made known. Gone from Egypt's land, Israel gathers where the mountains stand. Sinai waits, the clouds roll high, the place where Moses saw the fire burn bright. Up the mountain Moses climbs, Jehovah speaks of a plan divine. Be my people, obey my ways. I'll be with you through all your days. Voice on the mountain, thunder in the sky, smoke and fire as the Lord draws nigh. 10 great words, his covenant few. Love me only, be faithful, be new. The people be new. 40 nights on the mountain high, Moses stays with the Lord Most High. 2 stone tablets in his hand, God's law written for his people's land. Love your God with heart and might, mind and soul in all your life. Love your neighbor, this command, the greatest law from the Father's hand. Voice on the mountain, thunder in the sky, smoke and fire as the Lord draws nigh. 10 great words, his covenant few. Love me only, be faithful, be new. From Sinai's fire to Christ who came, God's love and law remain the same.
To an idol bowing down. Moses stayed long on the mountain high, so they made a god with their own design. Aaron said, bring your earrings of gold, I'll shape a calf for you to hold. The people danced, they laughed and sang, this is the God who brought us from chain. But only Jehovah, faithful and true, no other gods can stand before you. He gave his law, his covenant call. Worship the Lord, he's above all. Jehovah saw his anger burn. They've broken my law, my word they've spurned. Moses came down, the tablets in hand, saw the calf and could not stand. He threw the stones, they shattered apart. God's holy words, broken with hearts. He burned the calf, ground it to dust, teaching the people to worship with trust. But only Jehovah, faithful and true, no other gods can stand before you. He gave his law, his covenant call. Worship the Lord, he's above all. 3,000 fell that day by the sword, because they turned from the only Lord. A warning rings through history's song, worship Jehovah, to him you belong. But only Jehovah, faithful and true, no other gods can stand before you. He gave his law, his covenant call. Worship the Lord, he's above all. He's above all. 3,000 fell that day by the sword, because they turned from the only Lord. A warning rings through history's song, worship Jehovah, to him you belong. But only Jehovah, faithful and true, no other God
But God's command still stands today. Serve Him only with heart and breath. Jehovah is God, there is no one else.
Do you see the tent of praise, built to honor God's great name, planned by Jehovah on Sinai's height, a dwelling of glory, a holy sight, carried with care through the desert wide, wherever His people would rest or abide, a sign of His presence, holy and near, Jehovah their God, forever here. The tabernacle, a place of prayer, Jehovah's Spirit is dwelling there. Ark of the covenant, mercy seat, where heaven and earth in worship meet. Inside the ark, the tablets lie, 10 commandments from God Most High. A jar of manna, His gift of bread, and golden cherubs with wings outspread. Aaron the priest, with incense sweet, leads the people where heaven and earth meet. 7 lamps shining, the table with bread, the light and the life by Jehovah led. The tabernacle, a place of prayer, Jehovah's Spirit is dwelling there. Ark of the covenant, mercy seat, where heaven and earth in worship meet. The basin of water, the altar of flame, offerings lifted in God's holy name. Right in the camp, at the center it stands, God's tent of meeting with Israel's band. The tabernacle, a place of prayer, Jehovah's Spirit is dwelling there. Ark of the covenant, mercy seat, where heaven and earth in worship meet. A holy tent in the wilderness land, built by His people, by Jehovah's hand. The tabernacle, His dwelling true, God with His people forever anew. Look at the grapes, so heavy they bend. 2 men carry them, pole on their hands. Figs and pomegranates, fruit from the land. The promise of Canaan, the gift God planned. 12 men were sent to see what was true. The cities, the people, what land they knew. They brought back the harvest, the story they tell. A land full of bounty, but giants as well. Some were afraid, their hearts filled with doubt. We can't win the battle, they'll strike us out. But Joshua and Caleb with courage cried, Jehovah is with us, He's on our side. The people wept, they grumbled with fear. Better in Egypt than dying here. Let's find a leader, turn back the way. No hope for tomorrow, no trust today. But Joshua spoke, Caleb stood tall. Jehovah is stronger than giants who fall. Don't fear the battle, don't turn away. The Lord will deliver the land today. Some were afraid, their hearts filled with doubt. We can't win the battle, they'll strike us out. But Joshua and Caleb with courage cried, Jehovah is with us, He's on our side. But anger rose in heaven's throne. God declared they will not go. 40 years in the desert sand, till only the faithful will see the land. Some were afraid, their hearts filled with doubt. We can't win the battle, they'll strike us out. But Joshua and Caleb, their faith held true. Jehovah is with us, He'll carry us through. The promise was sure, though the waiting was long. God's faithful ones stood brave and strong. Joshua and Caleb, their voices rang. Jehovah is with us, the land will gain.
See the flowers, almonds bright, growing from a rod in a single night. Aaron's staff, once dry and bare, now blooms with life, Jehovah's care. Korah rose with a rebel band. Why should Moses lead this land? Why should Aaron stand so high when all of us serve the Most High? But the Lord has chosen, His sign is clear. Aaron is priest, the one we revere. Flowers and fruit on the staff appear. Jehovah's voice is the one we hear. The ground split open, swallowed them whole. Fire came down, consuming their souls. Incense holders melted thin, a warning forever of pride and sin. 12 rods laid before
yes, the Lord has chosen, his sign is clear. Aaron is priest, the one we revere. Flowers and fruit on the staff appear. Jehovah's voice is the one we hear. See the blossoms, the almond shine, Aaron's rod, a holy sign. Jehovah speaks, his will is shown. The priest he chose is his alone.
Year after year in the desert sand, 40 years guided by God's hand. Manna for food, cloud by day, fire by night. Clothes never wear, and their feet walk right. Now at Kadesh in the 40th year, no water in sight, only worry and fear. The people complain, better to die. Why bring us here under this sky? Water from the rock, flowing free. Jehovah's power for all to see. Moses strikes, the stream appears. Faith in the Lord will conquer fears. Moses and Aaron in the tabernacle pray. Jehovah tells Moses what to say. Speak to the rock and water will pour, enough for the people and animals to drink more. But Moses, frustrated, strikes twice in pride, forgetting that God was always by their side. The water flows, but the Lord is displeased, because his glory was not truly released. But Moses, frustrated, strikes twice in pride, forgetting that God was always by their side. The water flows, but the Lord is displeased, because his glory was not truly released. Water from the rock, flowing free. Jehovah's power for all to see. Though Moses and Aaron won't enter the land, God's plan continues by his mighty hand. Faith in the Lord will guide the way, through desert trials to Canaan's day. Jehovah provides, his word is true. He will lead his people faithful and new.
Yeah. Do you see the snake upon the pole? Shining copper, set by God's control. The others bite, the people fall. But look to the serpent, he will save us all. Israelites grumbled, complained with fear. Why did you bring us from Egypt here? No food or water, this manna we tire. Yet Jehovah provided, His love never expires. Look at the serpent lifted high. Trust in Jehovah and you'll not die. A sign of salvation, a healing way. Life from God is given today. Moses prayed, the people repented. Jehovah listened, their sins were relented. He made the copper snake lifted on high, and all who looked were healed from their cries. We too are bitten by sin and pain, a dying condition we cannot explain. But God has given a greater cure. Through His Son Jesus, life is secure. Look at the serpent lifted high. Trust in Jehovah and you'll not die. A sign of salvation, a healing way. Life from God is given today. Jesus was hung, though thought of as wrong. Jehovah sent Him to make us strong. Look and believe, eternal life is near. Trust in His love, cast away fear. Look at the serpent lifted high. Trust in Jehovah and you'll not die. A sign of salvation, a healing way. Life from God is given today. From copper snake to Christ above, God shows His mercy, His power, His love. Look and live forever free. Everlasting life will be enjoyed finally. Have you heard of a donkey that talked? Not just any beast that walked. Balaam rode with a prize in sight, to curse God's people with all his might. But Jehovah sent an angel to stand, with a sword in hand, blocking the land. Balaam could not see, but the donkey knew, turning and stopping, trying to pass through. Oh, the donkey spoke, and Balaam heard. Why do you beat me? Came the word. God's voice was clear, his plan was true. Blessed are his people, his promise to. Balaam struck in anger and pride,
but the donkey would not move aside. Then God opened his eyes to see the angel standing in the way to decree. Why have you beaten your donkey today? I would have struck you, but spared the way. Go now with care, don't curse my land, for Israel's blessing is in my hand. Oh, the donkey spoke, and Balaam heard. Why do you beat me? Came the word. God's voice was clear, his plan was true. Blessed are his people, his promise too. Balaam went on, tried to curse in vain. 3 times he tried, but blessing remained. God turned the curse into a song. His people were safe, his plan was strong. Oh, the donkey spoke, and Balaam heard. Why do you beat me? Came the word. God's voice was clear, his plan was true. Blessed are his people, his promise too. A donkey spoke, and a man obeyed. God's will was done, his power displayed. Trust in Jehovah, his word is sure. He guards his people, forever secure. Moses prayed to cross the land. Let me enter, Lord, by your hand. Jehovah said, that's enough, my son. Your time is ended, your work is done. For when the rock gave water clear, Moses and Aaron did not honor here. The people must know it was God's own might, not man who gave them life and light. Look across the Jordan, see the promised land. God's covenant held in his mighty hand. Though Moses cannot walk its fields, Jehovah's promise never yields. Joshua stands before the crowd, chosen by God, strong and proud. Moses speaks, be brave, don't fear. The Lord will guide you, he is near. On Mount Nebo, Moses climbs high, views Canaan's beauty beneath the sky. Land of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob's seed, a promise fulfilled for every need. Look across the Jordan, see the promised land. God's covenant held in his mighty hand. Though Moses cannot
many Moses dies, I still strong, his spirit wise. The people mourn, but hope remains. Joshua leads, God's plan sustains. Look across the Jordan, see the promised land. God's covenant held in his mighty hand. Though Moses cannot walk its fields, Jehovah's promise never yields. Pass the staff, lift up the voice, trust in the Lord, rejoice, rejoice. Canaan awaits, the journey long. God leads his people, faithful and strong.
These men are spies in danger tonight, in the city of Jericho, hiding out of sight. Joshua sent them to see the land, to guide God's people with a faithful hand. Rahab's house is upon the wall. She hides the men so they won't fall. The king sends soldiers, bring them here. But Rahab's courage overcomes fear. Scarlet cord in the window bright, sign of protection through the night. Faith in God, she trusted him true, saved by his promise, his mercy too. I know Jehovah will give this land. Red Sea he parted by his mighty hand. He killed the kings, he's strong and sure. Protect my family, I ask, I implore. The spies promised your family will live. Tie the scarlet cord, his mercy give. All your relatives in your house stay. When we return, no one will pay. Scarlet cord in the window bright, sign of protection through the night. Faith in God, she trusted him true, saved by his promise, his mercy too. Courage and faith in a time of fear, God's plan unfolding, his people near. Rahab believed, and her house was spared, a mark of trust, a story declared. Scarlet cord in the window bright, sign of protection through the night. Faith in God, she trusted him true, saved by his promise, his mercy too. From Rahab's house to the land of the free, God's power and love for all to see. Trust in Jehovah, he will provide. Follow his ways and in him abide.